what will simulate having a device from other manufacturer. So go to the device configuration again, the Modbus settings, and the slave devices. And set the device type to not present. Yes. It will erase the logical channel number 1. And we will now set the device type to defined. Again to the input list. So the list of inputs is empty. This is what was in the Modbus template actually. Press plus, and we will set the value register. Yes, okay. Value register, press here. Register type holding, we all that know from the manual of the device. Register number hex as in the manual, number 1. Okay. And the data format is 16 bits signed. And this we also know from the manual. Data shift, data mask. Let's leave it like this. Confirm, and go to the logical channels. Now we need to set this again to the Modbus mode. Address number 1, we have no name of the device, but we can set some. Device input, okay. And all the settings stay the same. Let's now see our reading. Okay, so we can see that the emoticon reads raw data with no decimal point. We can either use linear scaling in the logical channel settings, or we can set it in the Modbus settings. So we go back to the Modbus settings, slave devices, input list again, and we can change the decimal point to 0.1, as this is what we would like to see. And we can see that the reading is correct again. 12D, 112D, so you have the device with active milliamps output. So we will now try to set the current output manually. So we are back to the emoticon, menu, device configuration, and Modbus. Slave devices, Modbus address number 1, and this is output list. At the moment, I would like you to change some settings in the PUR. Out P menu, page 41. So you need to go to the menu, out P, then OSOU, set to Modbus, MODB. Okay, so in the output channel number, we press plus. So press plus here. We want the output to be active, yes, but not as a relay, but as a linear output. Because we will control the milliamps output in the PUR. Output register, and we need to jump to the manual. The page was 61. State of active current output, and the register is 05. So output register, register number, X, and 5. 5H. The channel is 16 bits. I think it's signed, or it doesn't matter. That would be okay. So accept here, accept again, and even though we configured the output, we would also like to see if the data is being sent to the PUR correctly. And so in the input list, we will add a new register, and it will be the same register, which is hex 5. Yes, 16 bits signed. Okay, so confirm, and go to the logical channels. And in the channel number 2, we will set MA output state. Okay. Modbus, address 1, device input number 2, the address 5. Okay. Confirm and see what we are reading. Your output state is 0, and that is fine. And now go to the device configuration and external outputs. And the source will be the channel number 3. This is the output number 1, the register 5. Lower level, let's say 4. Let me check something. Okay, let's say 4 and upper level 20. And output levels will be as well 4 and upper level 20. Okay, now go to the logical channels. Channel number 3. Let's name it my output set point. Okay, mode is set point value. Edit button enabled. Edit range low is 4. And edit range high is 20. Okay. Confirm. Out. And when we set here, for example, 5, let's set milliamp output set point to 5, for example. And you can see that in your device, the output has been set to 5 milliamps. Okay, set milliamp output to 15, for example, and see if it is reacting correctly in your unit. Yeah, change it to something between 4 and 20. Yeah. So we can see that in your unit, the output is reacting correctly. So the milliamps output state is just a feedback for us that the output is in a particular state. And this is the channel that sends the values to be written into the slave register. And again, just to repeat this knowledge, is that the input list is the data coming to the multicon, and the output list is the data going out from the multicon to the slave unit. And these were the basic steps on how to configure the Modbus communication between multicon CMC and an exemplary slave unit.